This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank, at home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk inside the beautiful Unidome with Athletic Director Troy Dannen. And Troy, football season's officially done, and a strong finish to the football season, but overall not in the playoffs this year.
No, and we were in a position that UNI's not used to being in at 2-6, and I think it was at that point our guys figured out how much they hate to lose. Our fans aren't used to that, our players, our coaches, and we did rebound hard, won the last three, and Missouri State was playing very well coming in, and we soundly defeated them, which is always good for Mark, with that old rivalry with the former UNI coach Terry Allen here. So a lot to look forward to next year, and I think the schedule sets up for us a lot better next year than it did this year. Not only did we have the Wisconsin-Iowa this year, but we also had a very front-loaded conference schedule, and it spreads out a little bit differently. We start at Iowa State next year, come back with Drake here in the Dome, and then go to Northern Colorado. We have a unique circumstance the next 2 years that we're allowed 12 games because of how the calendar rotates, and so we have 11 scheduled with those 3 non-conference games. If we can find one more to fit in, that would be great. We'd love to have 6 home games each of the next 2 years. No guarantees, but we're still looking for that one more filler.
Sticking with football, the high school state football playoffs here inside the Dome, and a lot of traffic through Cedar Falls and through the University of Northern Iowa. I
think during the last week in October and through November with the high school football playoffs, we ran about 89,000 people through here. The economic impact, I saw it measured at $3.5 million in the community. I would tell you it's all of that. Our concession stands, we did $300,000 in concessions. For us, it's about 1/3 of our annual facilities budget, and so financially it's big for the community, big for the university, big for the department, but a bigger picture, we get all the semifinalists and finalists on our turf. They all want to come to Northern Iowa when the football season starts, and that's the way we want those top-end recruits. We want them coming to Northern Iowa. And then we get a conservative estimate of, and there are repeats in there, but maybe as many as 20,000 high school students in the Dome as spectators over the course of the playoffs. And so, when you're 92% Iowa kids on your campus, the ability to recruit Iowa kids, well, when you can get them to your campus, and we say this with football recruits, but if you get them here, it's awfully hard to lose them. Because the challenge is getting them here in the first place, and when they see what we have to offer, it's a great thing. And so we hope we can show that to students and help drive enrollment as well for the university.
It's a very good thing for UNI and for the community. Volleyball, we're taping this before the conference tournament. It's still a strong year for Coach Bobby Peterson.
The seniors on this team have experienced something that in the great history of UNI volleyball, I think we've had 3 30-win seasons. We've been a top 6 national seed. We've been home twice. The seniors have been a part of a legacy that even in our history is unmatched, and so there's a lot to be thankful for, and we owe them a lot for the memories they've given us. And while I know the selection show was earlier today ahead of this, I know going into the conference tournament as a bubble team, you just hope you play well and earn your spot in that NCAA field. Our seniors deserve it. I sure hope they get the chance to keep playing.
It's a tremendous season nonetheless. We turn our attention to the winter sports and a big event coming up with men's hoops. First time ever, you got the Big Four in Des Moines.
I'll put on the smiley face, and I love it. It's going to be great, but we paid a price. Iowa and Iowa State wanted to drop the home-and-home series with us, and we really don't have a lot of control over that. So, as I've said from the start, this was the next best thing. So we're going to go to Des Moines and play Iowa on the 15th of December, and Drake will play Iowa State, and I think ticket sales were somewhere over the 10,000 to 11,000 range a couple of weeks ago. I think it'll be a good event. All 4 basketball teams in Iowa are good this year. Probably for the 4 of us, a high water mark maybe even in the past decade for all of us being up at the same time. So, regardless of how you feel about those schools not wanting to come here and play anymore, and we all have our feelings, it's going to be awfully good basketball, and so if you're a basketball fan, a fan of college basketball, we have a lot to be proud of in the state.
And Coach Jacobson said this is probably the toughest schedule he's had since he's been here, and there's been some good basketball games inside the McLeod Center already. A great schedule of non-conference and then conference games, and I know your department's really working on how to package things, make it affordable for everyone to come and check out the UNI men's basketball team.
One of the problems we have here is so much of our conference schedule falls over break. really the first third of the conference schedule when the students are gone. And so we rely on students for atmosphere, and so we want to try to replace those students. We also have St. Mary's just before Christmas while students are on break, which is a big game for us. So we're putting some things together to do maybe as little as $5 tickets, and we're actually talking maybe for high school students about $1 tickets over the Christmas break. You know, not as a way to, it's not necessarily going to drive a lot of new revenue, but I want to get people in the building. We want that atmosphere. Our atmosphere helps us win some of those games, and I think Jake will tell you that. So the more people we can get in there, the better. And just like recruiting students and recruiting athletes, when you get people in the McLeod Center and they see what we have to offer, it's easy to come back again.
Make sure to check out unipanthers.com for all the promotions. Stay tuned for more Panther Sports Talk.